This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Friday, February 2nd, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. A farmer and entrepreneur in a small Carroll County town is working to transform the 115-year-old Camden Opera House into a tech hub benefiting the entire community. Neil Milet says he wants to give the town of less than 600, especially its young people, a place to create and innovate.
One of the biggest hindrances to opportunity for kids and entrepreneurs from rural communities was the lack of physical infrastructure in which to invent and innovate. So during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, I had a lot of extra time, like most people did, just sitting at home or you kind of being cooped up inside. And the opportunity came about to buy this 115-year-old building, and we've been at work on it ever since.
When complete, the Tech Hub will feature a computer lab, sound recording studio, classroom, telehealth room, coffee shop, and a studio for producing content or hosting community events. Bloomington not-for-profit business accelerator The Mill has announced that the city's new tech center will be named The Forge, paying homage to manufacturing and the collaboration to be had there. The center is under construction and set for completion in January 2025. One of the state's largest public companies is moving its headquarters from the west side of Indianapolis to downtown. Calumet Specialty Products Partners has signed a lease for 52,000 square feet at the Stutz campus and plans to move 200 employees to the new offices. Specific terms of the lease were not disclosed. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Looking for a great way to tip off the 2024 NBA All-Star Weekend in Indy? I'm Gary Dick, inviting you to join business and community leaders from throughout the state at the Economic Club of Indiana Luncheon, sponsored by IBJ Media. It's February 15th at noon at the Indiana Convention Center. I'll be interviewing NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, giving you an inside look at the league and all things All-Star Weekend. Reserve your ticket or table for 8 now at economicclubofindiana.com.
An Indiana University professor has been awarded a nearly $1 million Defense Department grant to install an environmental chamber capable of reaching minus 40 degrees Celsius. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
Associate Professor Blair Johnson received the $945,000 grant to build one of the coldest environmental chambers in the country, according to IU. An engineering firm is in the process of being hired to design and construct the chamber on the Bloomington campus by the end of September. Johnson and Associate Professor Zachary Schlater will seek to better understand the factors that contribute to frostbite and cold weather injuries. The school's current environmental chamber only reaches temperatures of 4 degrees Celsius. In the Arctic, temperatures drop as low as minus 40 to minus 60 degrees Celsius. IU said the new chamber will have 2 sections, one for extreme cold and one for extreme heat that will reach up to 50 degrees Celsius. Johnson said their first project will be to determine who might be more susceptible to cold injuries and how to prevent them. By identifying characteristics that put people at higher risk, the Defense Department can head off any potential problems by not putting those people in such environments. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
BP's sprawling oil refinery in northwest Indiana was hit Thursday by a power outage that prompted the company to shut it down and evacuate workers. Initially, only employees who work at an office building at BP's Whiting refinery were evacuated, but BP later decided to evacuate all employees out of an abundance of caution. A BP spokesperson said in a statement Thursday afternoon that the company was in the process of safely shutting down the refinery, and the city was working to resolve the power outage. The refinery is the biggest in the U.S. Midwest and the 6th largest nationally, processing about 440,000 barrels of crude oil daily, making a variety of liquid fuels and asphalt. Hard Truth Distillery co-founder Jeff McCabe is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.